May I meet Annie here. I have been journaling some things this week that I wanted to share because I'm curious to know what you might think, if it interests you to have a discussion about it. I was inspired by a video posted by Birch this week. I'm not sure of his username. It's Freak Phil, I think, and there might be some numbers there too, but you'll find him in my subscriptions if you're interested in his videos. I highly recommend him. While this wasn't the subject of his video, a good part of his video ended up focusing on the concept of Egregore. And if you're not familiar with that, Egregore is the focused intent creation by belief of an entity, an energy, a thought form, even in my experience, an avenue for an entity that is an extension of the divine to be created through you. In a mundane level, they can be created to serve a function. As elementals, they can be sent out to do work for you, to represent you. In Phil's example, to protect you, traveling. You control them, you control the length of their existence. So I certainly have a lot of experience of using those. Another form of Egregore is in circle, where there is a presence in circle that is the sum of all those who are in circle. You create an entity which is the circle, which is the sum of all of your parts, which creates that something that's greater than. Egregore in circle is also the concept of God and Goddess, or the divine, as experienced by the group as a whole. So often you'll find traditional Wiccans who will mention that in circle they honor the God and Goddess of the Wicca, and it doesn't have a particular name, or it has a name not shared. And it is something unique to that specific circle. It is a shared belief by the people in that circle, which awakens a part, at least, of the divine, which knows it's being celebrated and knows it's being honored, and becomes an entity within the circle. Egregore has a lot of different levels. I thought I'd mention that just in case it was a new word to some of you. But what I was pondering is the power we have through magics to create those energy forms which do work for us, accomplish something, protect us, send out certain energies, do certain things on our behalf. But there's also Egregore at, I don't want to say a, yes, I guess I do want to say a wider extension. And that is what I was thinking of when I journaled, which is that I truly believe that earlier this month, when there was so much interest in the man who was planning to burn the Quran, his energy and his conduction of energy created an egregore, literally felt by the entire world. And I truly believe that it came to a settling place, to a place of non-existence, because of the peace warrior egregores, which were believed into being by people like myself. And that led me to journal this week. At any age in our life, at any spot along the journey of our experience, it's interesting to stop and think, what do I believe in so truly and completely that I can literally create it existing on this plane? Make it real, make it present. Something believed in, that, absolutely. Now personally, I know of many things that I could say for me are that. Journaling about them, though, brought me back in touch with what part I play in creation. Creation in the huge vastness of creation, but the part I can play in that. The part I can play in permitting the divine through me to experience this world as I experience it. I do believe that the divine is always learning through the experiences we provide it. All the different levels of egregore and what we can create. Very interesting time journaling for me this week, and I thought I would just put that out as a brain tickler for anyone else whose fancy it might strike. If you've got thoughts on this, I'd be very interested in hearing from you. As always, I wish you mirth and reverence. Mary Part.